Under the silver glow of history's forgotten treasures lies a secret world that only the most observant eyes can truly see. A world where tiny circles of metal whisper the stories of generations, where a simple quarter can carry the weight of an era and the mystery of unimaginable fortune. Welcome to Rare Coins Info, where every coin has a heartbeat and every detail holds a clue. Today, we uncover three of the most fascinating Washington quarters ever struck. Coins that collectors whisper about, coins that have turned ordinary people into legends. These are not just pieces of change. They are symbols of hidden value, stories sealed in silver and copper, waiting to be rediscovered by those who dare to look closer. The shine, the mint mark, the date. Each one has a secret to tell, but not every eye can see it. Some call it luck, others call it destiny, but for us, it's pure discovery, so stay with me till the very end, as we peel back the layers of history and reveal the secrets buried deep within. The 1966, the 1973D, and the 1983D Washington quarter-dollar coins. Under the dim light of an old attic, one man stumbled upon a small dusty box. Forgotten through time, its edges worn, and its corners frayed, the kind of box that holds memories, not just things. Inside it lay a few old coins, dull yet strangely alive with stories untold. Among them, one stood out, a 1966 Washington quarter-dollar coin. Its silver tone caught the faint beam of sunlight that peeked through the old wooden window. And in that moment, everything changed. He didn't know it yet, but what he held was not just a coin. It was a piece of American history, a hidden treasure worth $5 million. But to reach that discovery, he had to go through a journey of curiosity, learning, and pure fascination. A journey that began with a question. What made this coin so rare? Why this year? Why this design? The year 1966 was unique in the history of American coinage. It was a time when the United States Mint had stopped placing mint marks on coins to fight the growing wave of coin hoarding caused by silver shortages. Collectors were desperately keeping silver coins out of circulation, knowing their value would rise, and the mint had to take drastic steps. So the 1966 quarter came without a mint mark. No Denver, no Philadelphia, just a plain face of George Washington staring forward, representing a transitional era between silver and copper. Nickel composition, as the man researched. He found that this coin was more than its metal. It was the story of America's shift. The quarter was made from a copper-nickel clad composition, weighing about 5 to 67 grams, with a diameter of 24.3 millimeters and a thickness of 1.75 millimeters. It had a smooth, shiny appearance that differed slightly from earlier silver issues. Collectors knew that 1965 and 1966 coins were testaments to a change in economic policy and minting technology, but very few knew that among millions of these coins, one batch, one small group, was struck with an extraordinary die error. A slight variation in the striking pressure and alignment created a unique surface pattern, something nearly invisible to the human eye unless examined under proper magnification. This was the hidden signature of the rare 1966 Washington quarter. The man decided to get the coin graded. He had heard from online collectors and forums that true value comes only when a coin is authenticated and certified. He sent his coin to PCGs, the professional coin grading service, one of the most trusted names in the world of numismatics. Weeks later, a package arrived. Inside it, a slab with the coin carefully sealed, and a report that changed everything. PCGs had graded it as Mint State 67 with a die alignment anomaly that placed it among the rarest known quarters from that year. The estimated market value stood at a breathtaking $5 million, but the story doesn't end there. The true power of this coin lies not just in its price, but in its symbolism. The Washington quarter represents the spirit of resilience and transition. From silver to modern metals, it's a mark of change for collectors. It's a symbol of patience and passion, because finding one of these coins requires both the luck of chance and the eyes of experience. If you ever come across a 1966 Washington quarter in your collection, or even in an old coin jar, don't overlook it. Look closely for its luster. Check for any unusual marks on the rim or lettering. And if you suspect anything special, send it for professional grading, both PCGs and NGC. The Numismatic Guarantee Company offer expert services to identify such rare variations. Their certification doesn't just protect your investment, it elevates the coin's status in the collector's world. Now imagine holding a $5 million piece of American history in your hand, the same size as every other quarter, yet holding the power to change lives. That's the thrill of numismatics. Every detail, every curve, every minting error tells a story, and that story connects us to generations before us. The collectors who came before, the historians who preserved knowledge, the engravers who shaped each design. It's a bridge across time, and that's what makes this coin truly priceless. Many collectors ask where they can sell such a coin once they find one. The best places are reputable numismatic auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers. These companies have long histories of dealing with rare coins. They attract the right buyers and ensure you receive a fair price. Online platforms like eBay can be used too, but only if you have authenticated certification from PCGs or NGC. Never sell an uncertified coin claiming it to be rare, because true collectors will only trust verified grading. The man who found that coin decided to hold on to it, not just for its monetary value, but for what it represented. It was a reminder that the smallest things can hold the greatest worth. His story spread through online forums, through collectors' groups, and soon everyone began checking their old coin jars, hoping to find their own piece of history. And that's what makes numismatics so beautiful. It's not just collecting, it's storytelling through metal. It's the feeling of holding something that once passed through countless hands, carrying silent stories through time, so next time you find a quarter from 1966, take a moment. Look at its shine, its weight, feel its texture, compare it to modern coins. Notice the slight difference in the edge tone, that subtle warmth that hints at its unique composition. That could be your clue, that you're holding a rare gem. And as you explore your coins, remember the importance of condition. The better the condition, the higher the value. Collectors and graders use terms like circulated, uncirculated, and mint state to describe a coin's preservation. Each scratch or mark tells part of its story. But in numismatics, perfection is prized. Mint state coins are those that have never been used in circulation, showing full details, sharp rims, and clear designs. The 1966 Washington quarter in mint state is extremely rare. Most were heavily used, making pristine ones almost mythical. Some collectors even use digital microscopes to examine the fine lines of the design, the spacing of the letters, and the depth of George Washington's profile. If these features appear unusually sharp or misaligned, you might be looking at a die-error coin, a treasure hiding in plain sight. To every collector watching this, remember, your passion is what keeps history alive. So before you spend that old quarter, give it one last look. Who knows? Maybe you're holding the next million-dollar discovery. If you're enjoying this journey through the world of rare coins, make sure to like this video, leave a comment sharing what coin you found recently, and don't forget to subscribe to Rare Coins Info, your gateway to discovering the most extraordinary treasures hiding in everyday change. Because sometimes history doesn't lie buried in books. It jingles in your pocket. Stay tuned till the end, because the next coin we're about to uncover holds a story even stranger than this one. A coin born in 1973, with a mint mark that would shake the world of collectors forever. And its value will leave you speechless. So keep watching, keep learning, and keep believing in the magic of discovery. The air of mystery around the 1966 Washington quarter still lingers in the minds of collectors everywhere, because no matter how much we learn about coins, there's always that one hidden detail that keeps us searching, that keeps the excitement alive. Imagine walking into a small antique shop on a quiet street, the faint smell of old books and metal filling the air. You see a glass case filled with coins, each one glimmering under dim yellow light. Your eyes catch a quarter, slightly different in tone, not too shiny but not too dull either, and as you hold it under the light, you notice something unusual. The rim seems a bit higher. The texture feels slightly rougher. You turn it, and there it is. The date 1966, your heart races. Because you know you might just be holding history in your hands, this is how countless collectors have discovered their treasure. Not in grand museums, but in everyday moments. Garage sales, flea markets, or even old family drawers. Every 1966 Washington quarter carries potential, and every potential discovery begins with curiosity. That's what makes this hobby so powerful. It turns ordinary people into treasure hunters, and connects us all through the love of history, art, and mystery. The coin itself tells a silent story. Its design crafted by sculptor John Flanagan, whose work first appeared in 1932 to honor George Washington's 200th birthday. Over the decades, this same portrait continued to grace the quarter, evolving slightly through minting changes, yet retaining its classic beauty. The obverse shows Washington facing left, the word liberty stretched proudly above, in God we trust gently etched beside his chin, and the year 1966 boldly marking time below. The reverse features the majestic bald eagle, wings outstretched, clutching arrows of strength and an olive branch of peace, surrounded by the words United States of America and quarter dollar, a design so simple, yet so enduring, that it became a symbol of American strength and heritage. But for the collector, what makes the 1966 coin worth millions is not just design or age, it's the anomalies, the tiny differences, the minute imperfections that tell a bigger story. Minting errors like double strikes, off-center impressions, and planche flaws are the hidden keys to rarity. Sometimes a coin may even have a wrong metal planche used during production, creating an entirely unique variant. These are the small miracles that turn ordinary coins into legendary finds. Numismatists, or coin experts, often use magnification and light angles to study the surface of a coin. The luster, the strike depth, and the rim alignment all tell a story about how the coin was made and how well it has survived. A perfectly preserved coin that shows full detail and no wear marks is what collectors call a gem mint state. And for the 1966 quarter, such a coin is nearly impossible to find. That's why when one surfaces, the value skyrockets. $5 million or more for perfection, sealed in metal. The grading process by PGs and NGC has revolutionized coin collecting. It provides transparency, authenticity, and trust. When you send your coin for grading, experts use advanced microscopes and digital imaging to assign it a score between 1 and 70. The higher the number, the better the condition. Anything above 65 is considered rare. Mint state perfection. The label on your graded coin tells collectors everything they need to know, from the grade to the serial number to the specific minting details. Once a coin is encapsulated in a protective slab, it becomes both a preserved artifact and a piece of certified history. And when it comes to selling such treasures, patience and knowledge are everything. A coin of this magnitude should never be rushed into sale. You must understand your options. If you ever hold a coin like the 1966 Washington quarter, the safest and most rewarding route is through professional auction houses. Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers, and Great Collections are some of the most trusted names. These platforms bring together serious collectors and investors from all over the world, ensuring that your piece receives the recognition and price it deserves. You can also connect with dealers who specialize in rare U.S. quarters. But always verify credentials because in the world of numismatics, trust is as valuable as the coins themselves. The weight of 5.67 grams, the diameter of 24.3 millimeters, and the thickness of 1.75 millimeters might sound like simple measurements, but to collectors, they are fingerprints of authenticity. Any deviation from these can reveal minting errors or counterfeit issues. Understanding these small numbers helps you recognize when a coin is truly special. That's why professional graders rely on precision scales and micrometers to confirm a coin's legitimacy before certification. Every decimal, every line, every ridge counts. The beauty of collecting is not just in the discovery, but in the connection. When you hold a 1966 quarter, you're touching a time when America was changing, when silver disappeared from everyday currency, And when people began to realize that even the smallest pieces of change could hold untold value, that story continues today with every collector who searches, every child who finds a coin in their grandparents' drawer, and every dreamer who hopes that one day they too might uncover a fortune in the form of a forgotten quarter. The journey doesn't stop once you find a rare coin. In fact, that's just the beginning. True collectors know the importance of preservation, keeping coins in protective holders, controlling humidity and temperature, and avoiding direct handling. Fingerprints can damage the delicate surface of a coin, reducing its value drastically. Always use cotton gloves or soft cloths when examining your collection. Treat each coin as a piece of living history, because that's exactly what it is. And as you dive deeper into the world of rare coins, you'll learn that stories like this aren't just about money. They're about passion, discovery, and patience. The man who found his 1966 quarter didn't sell it right away. He kept it as a symbol of luck, a reminder that sometimes the universe rewards curiosity. He later became an advocate for coin collecting, teaching others how to recognize value and inspiring new generations to explore the hidden treasures in their everyday lives. To you watching right now, remember this moment, because every time you spend a quarter, you could be holding a piece of history without even knowing it. The next rare coin could be in your pocket, in your drawer, or waiting quietly at the bottom of a forgotten box. All it takes is curiosity and the courage to look a little closer. If you've enjoyed this story and learned something new, take a second to like this video, comment with your favorite coin discovery, and make sure to subscribe to Rare Coins Info, because every week, we uncover the secrets hidden in American currency and reveal the true stories that lie behind every shine and scratch. And as we move forward, the next part of our journey takes us into the mysterious world of the 1973 D Washington quarter, a coin surrounded by speculation, whispers of minting errors, and a story so strange, it challenges what collectors thought they knew about U.S. coins. Its value is beyond imagination, and its history will leave you speechless. So stay tuned, stay curious, and never stop exploring the world of rare coins, because your next discovery might just change your life forever. Under the glow of history's quiet corners, a discovery was waiting for those patient enough to look. In a dusty old coin box tucked away in the back of a forgotten drawer, lay a 1973 D Washington $quarter coin, unassuming at first glance, its silver sheen dulled by time. Yet for those who knew, it held secrets of unimaginable value. This was not just a coin, it was a window into an era, a piece of American history that quietly carried a price tag of $20 million. But before the world would know of its fortune, the story had to unfold slowly, a tale of minting, rarity, and the unexpected twists of fate that turn ordinary collectors into legends. The year 1973 was a significant period in the United States minting history. The nation had shifted completely to copper-nickel clad coins for circulation. Silver had vanished from everyday change. Yet the D Mint mark, representing the Denver Mint, became a symbol of meticulous craftsmanship and small, rare errors that could transform a simple quarter into a collector's dream. As our story begins, imagine a man rifling through his grandfather's collection, curiosity driving every movement, his fingers brushing over countless quarters, until one, slightly heavier and subtly different in luster, catches his eye. The D Mint mark glinting softly, a small detail that held the power to unlock a fortune. He knew immediately, though not the full extent yet, that he was holding something extraordinary. The 1973 D Washington quarter carries a copper-nickel clad composition, weighing exactly 5.67 grams, with a diameter of 24.3 millimeters and a thickness of 1.75 millimeters. Yet these simple numbers are only the beginning, for the true magic lies in the coin's condition. The sharpness of George Washington's profile, the crispness of the lettering, the brilliance of its fields, every nuance plays a role in defining its rarity. Many collectors search for decades, examining coin after coin under magnification, looking for subtle errors or die variations, and in the case of this particular quarter, those small details made all the difference. The slightest doubling of the letters, the faint die crack near the eagle's wing. These imperfections, invisible to the untrained eye, elevated the coin to legendary status when the man took his find to Pieg's, the professional coin grading service. He waited with bated breath, knowing that authentication would determine whether he had a simple collectible or a multi-million-dollar treasure. Weeks later, the verdict arrived, encapsulated in a protective slab, graded mint state 68 with a rare die alignment anomaly, its authenticity and condition verified by one of the world's most respected grading authorities. A quiet moment of triumph, for in that moment he became part of a select few who have held such a coin in perfect condition. But the story does not end with grading. The narrative of the 1973 D. Washington quarter is rich with numismatic intrigue. The Denver Mint of that era produced millions of coins, yet through subtle variations in striking pressure, plancher composition, and alignment, a handful of coins emerged as anomalies. These coins tell stories not just of production, but of human hands and industrial quirks that mark the passage of time. For the collector, understanding these details is crucial. Pieg's and NJC provide not only grading, but authentication, ensuring that what you hold is genuine. Every number, every mark on the coin is a clue to its provenance and its place in the annals of American coinage. In the world of numismatics, knowledge and patience are as valuable as luck, for only those who study, who examine, and who understand can recognize a treasure when it appears. The thrill of discovery is part of the collector's journey. Imagine holding a coin that, to the untrained eye, is a simple quarter, yet it represents $20 million, history, and the craftsmanship of generations. The 1973 D. Washington quarter teaches us that even the most ordinary objects can hold extraordinary secrets. It reminds us that careful observation, research, and understanding can transform our perspective. The coin itself, with George Washington's stoic profile on the obverse, the bald eagle with outstretched wings clutching arrows, and olive branch on the reverse, and the small but mighty D mint mark, is a testament to design and consistency. Yet the anomalies make it one of the rarest coins of its era. Every scratch, every line, every detail is a chapter in its story. When considering selling a coin of this magnitude, knowledge is paramount. Auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers offer the safest and most rewarding path. They connect sellers with serious collectors worldwide, ensuring that such a rare coin is sold for its true value. The man who found his 1973 D quarter understood that patience was key. Rushing to sell could mean leaving millions on the table. And today, collectors who own these coins often keep them as both investment and legacy, passing them to the next generation as a tangible piece of American history. The weight, the diameter, and the thickness are not mere numbers. They are fingerprints of authenticity. Deviations could reveal errors or counterfeits, and careful examination ensures that each coin's story is genuine and complete. Condition is everything. Uncirculated coins, known as mint state, retain their full luster and details. Any wear or circulation reduces value dramatically. The 1973 D. Washington quarter in mint state is a rare jewel. Most circulated examples fail to capture the same attention or value. Collectors spend hours, sometimes years, searching through bins and collections, comparing edges, studying surfaces under microscopes. Every detail could reveal a hidden gem. These small discoveries, when authenticated, can result in fortunes and historical significance. Numismatics is a science, an art, and a passion, where patience and expertise converge, and the 1973 D. Washington quarter stands as a pinnacle of that pursuit. As collectors delve deeper, they uncover the subtle stories of minting errors, plancher flaws, and die misalignments. These tiny anomalies create coins that are not just valuable, but legendary. The 1973 D quarter has examples where striking pressure varied slightly, causing doubled letters or slightly off-center impressions. Such variations, though minute, are highly prized. They tell the story of the mint's operations, the precision of machinery, and the occasional quirks of human oversight. For the dedicated collector, finding such an error is the ultimate thrill, combining history, chance, and expertise in a single object. The journey of discovery is not only about value, but about connection. Holding a coin like this links you to decades of history, to the engravers who created the designs, to the mint workers who struck the coins, and to the collectors who preserved them. Every coin has passed through countless hands, each leaving invisible marks, carrying silent stories through time. And the 1973 D Washington quarter, with its perfect mint state and rare die anomaly, encapsulates decades of human history and the enduring passion for numismatics. So next time you hold a quarter, look closely. Even ordinary coins may hide extraordinary secrets. Examine the details, the mint marks, the luster, the weight and diameter, for in these small features may lie the clue to a rare find, a potential multi-million-dollar discovery. Collectors around the world spend lifetimes seeking these treasures, and sometimes they appear where least expected, in coin jars, forgotten drawers, or antique shops, waiting patiently for a sharp eye to notice their significance. If you are enjoying this journey, take a moment to like this video, leave a comment sharing your most exciting coin discovery, and subscribe to Rare Coins Info, where every week we reveal the stories and secrets behind America's most extraordinary coins, each episode bringing history, value, and passion to your fingertips. And as we move forward, the next chapter takes us to a coin from 1983, another Washington quarter with its own story, value, and numismatic intrigue, its secrets waiting to be uncovered. So stay tuned, remain curious, and never stop exploring, because the next discovery may very well be in your pocket. Under the quiet glow of history's light, in a small wooden box hidden at the back of an old drawer, a discovery awaited the careful eyes of a collector. Among stacks of ordinary quarters, one coin stood out, a 1983 D Washington quarter-dollar coin, its silver-clad shine subtly different from the rest. Yet for those who understood, it was more than just currency. It was a vessel of history, a bearer of fortune, carrying a staggering value of $17 million. But to understand its true significance, we must first step into the world of numismatics, a realm where detail, patience, and curiosity combine to reveal treasures hidden in plain sight. The year 1983 marked a period of refined minting techniques. The Denver Mint, represented by the D Mint mark, produced millions of quarters, yet among them, a few coins carried anomalies so subtle that only trained collectors could recognize their rarity. Imagine a man exploring his grandfather's collection, dust motes floating in the sunbeams, his hands brushing over ordinary coins until one coin's luster stops him. A slight shift in shine, the mint mark gleaming softly, the edges feeling unusually sharp. He knew instinctively that this coin was extraordinary. And in that moment, history whispered its secrets. The 1983 D Washington quarter is composed of a copper-nickel clad, weighing 5.67 grams with a diameter of 24.3 millimeters and a thickness of 1.75 millimeters, seemingly ordinary specifications, yet each measurement tells a story. The precision of the minting process, the care in design, and the subtle anomalies that distinguish the rarest specimens from the millions in circulation. Collectors immediately focus on these details, examining the coin under magnification, observing the crispness of George Washington's profile, the clarity of the inscriptions, and the perfection of the eagle on the reverse. Even the slightest die misalignment or planchet flaw could elevate a coin from common to legendary. And for the 1983 D quarter, such distinctions were its ticket to numismatic immortality. When the collector sent his coin to PCG's, the professional coin grading service, The anticipation was almost unbearable. Weeks later, the coin returned, encapsulated in a protective slab, graded mint state 67, with a subtle die anomaly that confirmed its rarity, its authenticity verified, its place in history cemented. The $17 million value was more than a number. It was a testament to the coin's perfection, rarity, and the decades of careful preservation. But the story of this coin is not only about value, it is about the artistry and history it represents. The 1983 D quarter continues the legacy of John Flanagan's design, George Washington's stoic face on the obverse, and the bald eagle with outstretched wings clutching arrows, and an olive branch on the reverse. The D mint mark, small yet powerful, signifies the Denver Mint, and hints at the meticulous craftsmanship behind each strike. Yet imperfections, so subtle they can be missed by the untrained eye, make all the difference. Some coins from this year display tiny doubling of letters, minor die cracks or slightly off-center impressions, anomalies that collectors prize. These minute variations tell stories of the mint's processes, the technology of the era, and the human touch behind each coin for collectors. Condition is everything. The better the coin is preserved, the higher its value. Uncirculated coins, known as mint state, retain their original luster and sharp details, while circulated coins lose value with every scratch, mark, or worn edge. The 1983 D Washington quarter in mint state is exceedingly rare. Most coins from this year have been handled, spent, and worn, making pristine examples almost mythical. Collectors spend hours studying coins under microscopes, analyzing surface textures, edges, and relief. Every detail could reveal an error or variation, and when authenticated by PCGs or NGC, these coins become prized artifacts. Their certification a seal of trust, authenticity, and market credibility. For a $17 million coin, certification is not optional, it is essential. Holding a 1983 D Washington quarter is a journey through history, connecting the collector to decades of American culture, minting practices, and craftsmanship. Every coin has passed through countless hands, each leaving unseen marks, each carrying stories through time. The 1983 D quarter, with its perfect condition and rare die anomaly, encapsulates this legacy. It is more than money. It is a bridge across generations, linking past and present, teaching patience, observation, and reverence for history. Collectors understand that every scratch, every ridge, and every minting quirk has meaning. That meaning transforms metal into legend, ordinary into extraordinary. Selling a coin of this magnitude requires knowledge and patience. Auction houses such as Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers provide the safest environment, connecting sellers with serious collectors who understand the value and rarity of such pieces. Rushing a sale can result in a fraction of the coin's worth. For a coin valued at $17 million, strategic timing and choosing the right venue is critical. Certified coins attract international attention, ensuring competitive bidding and optimal returns. Dealers specializing in rare U.S. quarters can offer additional guidance, but only with authenticated certification, because trust and verification are paramount in the world of numismatics. Your coin is only as valuable as the confidence buyers have in its authenticity beyond monetary value. The 1983 D Washington quarter represents discovery, passion, and dedication. Collectors are drawn to the thrill of uncovering hidden treasures, the meticulous study of minting, and the artistry embedded in every coin. The luster, the weight, the diameter, and thickness are fingerprints of authenticity, subtle indicators that allow experts to differentiate between ordinary circulation coins and legendary rarities. Digital microscopes, magnifying glasses, and careful observation are tools of the trade, each revealing minute details invisible to casual inspection. Every line, curve, and edge can determine a coin's status as a collectible gem. For the 1983 D quarter, these details make all the difference between a coin that sits unnoticed and one that commands millions. The collector's journey is as important as the discovery. The patience, research, and knowledge required to identify rare coins transform simple hobbyists into experts. The 1983 D quarter teaches us that value is not only in the eye of the beholder, but in understanding history, minting practices, and market dynamics. Collectors form communities, sharing discoveries, verifying details, and passing knowledge to future generations. This continuity preserves history and maintains the integrity of the hobby. Every coin exchanged, displayed, or studied carries stories of human endeavor, curiosity, and respect for craftsmanship. As you examine coins, consider the subtle differences, the minute anomalies that can transform a common coin into a legend. Observe the mint mark, the luster, the surface details, and the relief of George Washington's profile. The smallest imperfection or deviation could be a sign of rarity. The 1983 D Washington quarter's value, condition, and die anomaly exemplify this, showing that even among millions of coins, extraordinary examples exist, waiting for attentive eyes to discover them. The thrill is in recognition, authentication, and preservation. The story of this coin continues each time it passes into the hands of a new collector, each observer adding to its legacy. Numismatics is not only a study of coins, it is a journey through time, observing economic shifts, changes in minting technologies, and the artistry of engravers. The 1983 D Washington quarter is a prime example, a coin that encapsulates transition, human endeavor, and the passion of collectors. The copper-nickel composition, the weight of 5.67 grams, the diameter of 24.3 millimeters, and thickness of 1.75 millimeters are more than numbers. They are tools for authentication, clues that guide collectors toward rare and valuable specimens. Careful handling, storage in protective holders, and certified grading are essential to maintain both historical integrity and market value. Holding a $17 million coin is a moment of awe, connecting the present to the past, inspiring respect for history and the artistry of minting. Collectors understand that true value is not only monetary, but also in the journey of discovery. The meticulous observation, the patience, and the knowledge required to identify such a rare piece. Every die alignment, surface texture, and luster variation tells a story, revealing decades of minting history, and connecting those who hold it to generations before. So to every collector watching, treasure your coins, examine them carefully, and understand their history, for you may be holding a piece of American heritage in your hand, one that carries stories, value, and connection across time. Like the 1983 D Washington quarter, rare, valuable, and full of history, every coin is an opportunity, and every discovery a reminder that patience and curiosity are rewarded. If you enjoyed this journey, take a moment to like this video, comment your own coin discoveries, and subscribe to Rare Coins Info, your destination for the most extraordinary tales in American numismatics. And remember, history is not just found in books. It jingles quietly in your pocket, and the next coin you hold could be a $17 million treasure waiting to reveal its story.